All right, let's get right into it. We've all been there, right? You've got this slide deck, it's packed with great info, but it just falls flat. It doesn't really pop. Well, today we're going to fix that. We are breaking down exactly how to turn those static slides into dynamic, engaging videos that people actually want to watch. So let me just ask you this. Are your presentations really hitting the mark? Or does it kind of feel like you're creating slideshows that just get clicked through and nobody really remembers what was in them? It's a super common problem. But what if there was a way to make them, unforgettable? Well, here is the solution. Meet Google Vids. It's a new tool powered by Google's AI, Gemini, and it's built to solve this exact problem. It takes your existing Google slides and, it's almost like magic, it turns them into full-on videos. And the best part? It can do it in a snap. Okay, so we're moving from slides to stories. And look, this is about way more than just adding a little bit of motion. It's about totally changing how we present information. We're turning boring old data points into a real story. Our brains are just wired for stories. And video is the best storyteller there is. Let's see how Google Vids does it. And this is not some tiny niche tool. 2.5 million people. That's how many are already using Google Vids to create content. That is a massive number, which tells you people are really jumping on this new way of sharing their ideas. Feeling inspired? Ready to give it a shot? Awesome. Getting started is actually really simple, but before you convert your first presentation, let's just do a quick little pre-flight check to make sure everything's good to go for a smooth takeoff. So, just 3 things to keep in your back pocket. First, for now, you got to use Google Vids on a computer. Second, your presentation has to be saved in your Google Drive. That's a must. And finally, if you want to unlock those really cool AI features like automatic scripting, you'll need to have the right kind of Google Workspace or AI plan. All right, once you're all set up, you've got a choice to make. Google Vids gives you 2 different ways to turn your slides into a video. You can go the manual route, the basic method, where you're in full control, or you can let the AI do all the heavy lifting. Let's see how they compare. So here's the breakdown. The basic method is all about control. You can manually import up to 100 slides, and each one becomes a 5-second clip that you can then edit yourself. The Gemini method, on the other hand, is all about automation and speed. It handles fewer slides, up to 45, but here's the trade-off. It writes a script, creates a voiceover, and even picks out background music for you. Let's walk through the basic method. It's super straightforward. You just open up Vids, go to File, and click Convert Slides. Pick your presentation from your drive, choose the slides you want, and hit Import. And just like that, each slide is now a 5-second scene in your timeline, ready for you to add your own personal touch with scripts and voiceovers. Okay, now for the AI-powered way. The first couple of steps are exactly the same, but here's where the magic kicks in. You have to make sure that little box for AI features is checked before you hit Import. When you do that, Google Vids doesn't just make video clips, it actually analyzes your slides, writes a script, records a voiceover, and adds a music track. All you have to do is review and tweak what the AI made. Now, before you go and try to convert that giant 200-slide presentation, we need to talk about a few rules of the road. Don't think of these as roadblocks, though. They're more like guardrails to help you make the best video possible without running into any trouble. The most important rule to remember: 10. Your final video can only be a maximum of 10 minutes long. That's a hard limit, and honestly, it's there to help you keep your message tight and focused. And the second magic number is 50. You can have a maximum of 50 audio objects in one project. So that's things like your voiceover clips, sound effects, or music tracks. Again, both of these limits are really just pushing you to be concise, which is always a good thing for keeping your audience hooked. And here are a few pro tips that'll save you a headache later. If you ever see that Convert Slides button is grayed out, it just means your video file is too big. You'll have to shrink it. Also, just know that some things like word art or videos you already have in your slides won't come over into Vids. But don't worry about guessing. The tool is smart. It'll warn you if you're about to go over that 10-minute limit. So we've covered the how-to, but what happens after the import? Well, that's where the real fun starts. Because getting your slides into Vids is just the beginning. Now you have a whole new creative playbook to work with. This is where you really get to take over. Once your slides are in there as scenes, you're basically in a full video editor. You can rewrite the script the AI gave you, you can pick from a bunch of different AI voices to get the perfect tone, and you can change up the visual themes to make the whole thing feel completely unique and, well, you. Which really brings us to a bigger final question. With tools like this making it so easy to create amazing video content, are we looking at the end of the traditional static slideshow? I mean, is that whole era over? It's definitely something to think about the next time you go to start a new presentation.